Welcome to the Kent Lap Podcast.
How many kids do you have? Do you have kids?
I have 4.
What are their ages?
23, 20, 15, and 12.
Boys and girls? Or
2 boys older, 2 younger girls.
2 boys and 2 girls?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
What kind of conversations have you had or are you having or will you have with them that maybe I won't have with my kids because they happen to be white?
Oh, yeah, all the time, man. I'm telling them all the time they have to be better than. Like, you have to be better than the next white guy or the next white girl in your class just because of the color of your skin. And you probably have teachers who have bought into racist ideas about you because of the color of your skin. And so they may even, so it's a story. We were in Arkansas. My son's in the 7th grade. We transferred to Arkansas from Northern Virginia. And so we get to the school, and after my son's first semester, my son is just brilliant, right? So he gets a C in one of his classes. I think it was social studies or something. So I'm like, come on, Kalen. Dude, what's up, man? You got a C? I mean, you are much better than a C.
This your boy's name, Kalen?
Right, Kalen. Okay. Kalin.
Okay.
So I, my wife and I, we make an appointment with the teacher because we're like, look, we need to understand what our son needs to do to get this grade up because he's not a C student. So she commences to tell us that, well, I think a C is pretty good. And everything in me wanted to say, would you say that to a white parent? Like, I don't think you would. Like, but because my son is African American, you think average is good for him. I said, that's not the kind of household he's being raised in. B is a good grade. A is what's expected, but I'll take a B.
Yeah.
But definitely not a C, not in my house. I said, so I would appreciate if you give me some information on how he can get this grade up for the next semester. So my wife and I left there just kind of thinking, and again, this is one of those times when you're like, is it because he's black? Now that teacher would never say that. She would never say if it's the case.
Right.
But again, we try to think the best of people.
Mm-hmm.
And so we just kind of walked away and it's like, I hope.
Mm-hmm.
I really hope that that's not the case.
Yep.
But you don't know.
Yep.
You don't know.
Yep.
And so yes, we have had conversations with all of them about the fact that they've just got to be better. The one thing that I am very conscious of is I don't want them to walk away with the responsibility of representing the race, right? I grew up, most African Americans grew up with that burden, right? So, in other words, like if I am out and let's say I'm at the supermarket, my actions, I'm always thinking that my actions, because people don't see many black people in Franklin, Tennessee, so my actions represent not just me personally, but they represent my entire race.
Mm-hmm.
So people will look at my actions and say, see, that's how black people are.
Mm-hmm.
Now I've moved beyond that now. Like, but what happens is we unknowingly transfer that responsibility to our kids.
Sure.
So in other words, it's like, son, don't go outside sagging.
Mm-hmm.
Don't go outside with your pants down
mm-hmm.
because that's what they think we are. Right. And so, again, inadvertently, I'm telling him that you're representing all of us.
Sure.
So pull your pants up rather than saying, pull your pants up, man, because that's just, that's decent, right? So we do have those kinds of conversations, but I really am conscious of, man, but you be your own person. Like you be you, right? Because quite honestly, there are many, many white people who, act a fool.
Oh, yeah.
But they're never thinking, well, if I act this way, they're going to think all white people are like that.
No, that thought's never crossed my mind. To be honest with you, that's not something that white people think about.
Right.
No,
Right.
it's not. It's if there's a white person acting foolish, it's he came from a bad family maybe,
Mm-hmm.
or he had some maybe some friends that had a bad influence on him, or he's having a bad day.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or that type of thing. But no, it's never associated with race.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How this is something I've been curious about, because you mentioning that it's not the first time I've heard that idea of having that discussion about, you need to be better.
Mm-hmm.
But how does that wear on kids, though? That seems like a lot of pressure.
It is. Yeah, it is. Because what it's almost saying is, everybody out there thinks that you're not better, right? And so there's this immediate thought that, well, am I better? Like, why do I have to try harder? Exactly. Why do I have to be better?
Yep.
And the unfortunate answer to that is because of the way this country is, right? The way we were birthed, the way we have been, and the way we continue to be. It's unfortunate. It's unfair. But it's the way it is. And so with that, you just got to be better. You got to be better at your job. If you want to get the promotion over, Johnny, then you've got to be that much better than Johnny just to be on par,
right,
in the minds of the person making the decision, right? And now that's not to say that you're not better than him, because you are. But that person that's making that decision probably will see the color of your skin, and immediately, because of racist ideas, you're going to have to get over that hump, even though you've done nothing to create that hump.
Exactly. Now, at what age did you start to have some of these conversations with your kids? Is this a very young age?
Teenage years.
Years?
Yeah.
Okay.
As a younger person, it's just a difficult thing to get your mind around. Right. At 7 or 8, you're like, you still got little friends that you're playing with that are white, right? And you guys are still good. You haven't gotten to high school yet, where this natural division begins, where you're in lunchroom and now you're sitting only with blacks, and your white friends are over there. I don't know why that happens in high school, other than the fact that maybe young people at that point in their lives begin to see differences in the way their parents treat others, the other, and then they kind of vicariously get into that
start to follow their lead,
exactly,
in a sense.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it does happen right around high school. So it's funny, because I was talking to my kids the other night at the dinner table, and I said to my daughter, who she's like me. She's an outgoing people person. She's got friends all over the place. And so she has all kinds of friends: Hispanic, white, African, and all of them, everybody loves it. So I said to her, I said, Jada, you know what's going to be funny? I said, no, it's going to be interesting how those relationships matriculate into high school. Like, will you guys still be friends?
What grade is she now?
She is 6th grade now.
Oh, okay.
So she's got 2 more years in Grassland Middle, and then she'll be off to Franklin High. And just interesting, man, that, because you can tell that right now, man, there's so much innocence in all of these girls. Like, she had her, what was that, 10th? Yeah. Man, it was 2 years ago now. But her 10th birthday, and we had a big party at Embassy Suites. They went swimming and everything. And you can just tell there's no difference with these girls right now at this age.
Okay.
And at some point, there's a shift.
Yeah.
And man, I don't know if anybody's written anything on that shift.
Well, as you're talking, it made me curious. Do you think any part of that shift is they are becoming an adult and they are becoming their own member of society, and society is saying certain things and they're starting to believe these things? They're kind of stepping out from underneath the parents' wings, in a sense.
I think that's a good point.
And they get out here in the society, but we've already established society's not saying the proper things that it should be saying about race. And so as they start to learn these things, or maybe even believe some of these things, then it starts to affect